Welcome back to another gig log. Today we're in a brand new venue. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen that we live in an area that's like right on the water, but it seems like very few venues actually take advantage of this. Today, the new venue has wall-to-wall windows that shows off Lake St. Clair, and Lake St. Clair actually feeds into Lake Huron, so it's beautiful blue water throughout our entire area. When you're starting off in a brand new venue, if you haven't been there yet, it's probably a good idea to go in and do a site survey. Corey, who's part of our company, has already done some parties in there, so him and I stopped in yesterday and he kind of showed me where the load-in spot is, where I'm going to be set up, where I'm going to need speakers, the ceremony area, that kind of thing. A lot of it's still under construction, but most of it's done at this point, and it's really beautiful, so I'm excited about this one. Thing I should always mention is to work well with the other vendors that you're working with. These are the people that are going to make your life easier. They're going to recommend you. So if you can be overly prepared for them, check in with them before you do anything, and just overall make their lives easier, they're going to do the same for you. And they're more than likely going to recommend you to future brides and grooms. Ceremony site's a little harder to get to, but still not too bad. Just gonna go down the same hallway, up an elevator, and it's in a restaurant area. And today we're just providing a microphone for the officiant because they have a string quartet. Really easy day for me. All right, so this is where I set up ceremony sound. One thing that's always really important is to communicate with all the other vendors, including the venue, your videographer, photographer. Make sure all your information is the same. There was a few issues that we were able to resolve today before they ever became an issue. So just go over the timeline with them, go over the music choices with them, figure out when they're doing things, and work together and make sure that you guys form a great relationship with all of them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Kevin and Lindsay, I want to welcome everybody out to the beautiful St. Clair Inn this evening.
And there is no one there.
So as you can see, this wedding was an absolute banger, and I got to play a lot of stuff that I don't normally get to play at weddings. I really left there feeling like it wasn't a banger. Like I felt like I could have done more or something. There should never be a feeling of content at the end of the night. You should always look back and be like, oh, I should have played this. Oh, I should have played this. And just really think about like your gig and how you could improve. Because if you're ever content, you're never going to get better. The other thing that happened was the last like half hour or so, I had completely worn the crowd out. So there's a lot of people sitting down with just drenched shirts and drenched suit coat jackets and everything. They were exhausted. So like the last half hour, it was hard to get people motivated to come back out. I was able to do it for the last couple songs, but it just kind of left me feeling like the party could have been better at the end of the night. But now after reviewing the footage, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, the rest of the night was a friggin' banger the whole night. So that's one of the advantages of recording like the full gig, is I'm able to go back and see a play-by-play of things that I did, things I could improve on. I'm able to really kind of narrow in on some things that I could get better at. One thing that I did mention in the video earlier on is to always work with your vendors, and this is really important because we were able to iron out a few details that we weren't quite sure about what would work best, especially with the sunset pictures. There's always a golden hour, and usually the bride and groom will leave with the photographer and videographer for a little bit to get these done. We were able to work out a better plan that worked with the time that the sunset was happening. So they left right after dinner. They went and they did their sunset pictures, and then as soon as they came in, we jumped right into first dance, father, daughter, mother, son, and this bride and groom really just wanted to get the party started like right away. We even cut the father-daughter dance short and the mother-son dance short just to make sure people didn't get bored. And then after that, it was like party on. And I jumped into some stuff that I wouldn't normally play that early on in the evening, but the bride and groom were just like, let's go, and we're ready to go. The older people weren't really reacting to those older songs at the time, so I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm in. Sweetie, Cardi B, early 2000s hip-hop was doing great. That's one of the reasons why I think that it's good to have experience in clubs and bars, is because of nights like this. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.